the sound? What did you hear there? Yep. So this is actually a rainforest in Costa Rica. And I have a friend who goes around with a tape recorder and records it and makes CDs of this. And is this music? What do you think?
Could be.
Could be. How do we define music? Some people would say it's organized sound. This is certainly sound. Do you hear rhythm in this? Hear that? Oh, it's almost predictable, but not quite. So, yeah, you could call this music, but you might not. So what are ways we organize sound? Sydney, what are some ways we organize sound?
Put them in melodies.
Yeah, good. Melodies away. What's another way we can organize sound? Yeah.
Patterns.
Patterns. What kind of patterns?
Like repeating patterns.
A repeated pattern. Another word for that is ostinato. Have you heard that? We're going to talk about ostinato today. So what's another way we can organize sound?
Rhythm.
Rhythm, exactly. Those are our main themes, rhythm and form, how we structure something. So you've all played in 6/8, right? Okay, what are some ways we can count 6/8 meter? How would you start if you saw in front of you? So we count 4/4 generally, 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you count 6/8? Yeah, you said it.
1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4,
Oh.
2, 2, 2, 4.
Close. Yeah, what do we call that though? How do we label that with numbers? How many beats in a measure? 6. Yeah. So let's clap. This half the group's gonna clap like this. There you go. It'll go 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going. And this half of the group's gonna go like this. Here we keep going. Yeah, good. So now I want you to do the 6s and we'll do the 2s. Ready? We'll do 2s. Good. So we could be counting 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the easy part. What are you counting? In orchestra, what do you count? The beats, yeah. So how do you label them? You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or even 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Does that make sense to you? Okay, good. I'm going to turn off our...
How many miles to Richmond town? Turn to the left and turn to the right, and you may get there by Saturday night.
Good. Okay. So there we have a feel. Do you feel strong beats and weak beats? Strong pulses? So just say the strong beats. Hick, Dick, Zach, down, Hal, Miles, Rich, down, turn left, turn right, you get set night. Good. Okay. And then do you see the rhyme scheme? Where does the rhyme fall? In a poem. Yep. Yeah, downtown, right, and night. Good. So you could say that the form then is A, down, town, A, right, night, BB. Does that make sense? And if you're analyzing a poem in English class, have you done that before? There once was a man from Nantucket. He slipped and fell in a bucket. You know, a limerick is a form. Okay, so the form of this then could be called AABB. And we can say this in a round. So let's just, we have 4 of you. Why don't you start? And when you get to down, when you get to how, why don't Sydney, you come in with how many? So we go boom, boom, boom. And then Misha, when the second line is finished, then you go to the beginning. So you're always taking the first line. You start the first and then you read through the poem. And when she gets there, you start the first and read through the poem. It's like row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat.
So I say the whole thing.
You just say the whole thing straight. You have the easy part. Okay? Okay, I'll point to you when it's time. And you'll start at the beginning. Here we go now.
Hickory, dickory, suckery, down. Oh,
You keep going though.
Oh.
You get, okay, ready? Wait. Beginning. Ready? Go.
Hickory, dickory, suckery, down. Howling mouth.
Oh, okay, you gotta start when she gets down. Let's go a little slower. Hickory dickory.
Hickory, dickory, suckery, down. How many miles?
Oh, actually, you're gonna start at the beginning to make it around. So when she gets to down, you go to hickory, and she'll keep going. Okay, ready, go.
Hickory, dickory, suckery, down. Hickory, dickory, suckery, down. Turn to the left, turn to the right, and how many miles suckery down? Hickory, dickory, suckery, down. How many miles suckery down? Turn to the left and turn to the right.
All right, good, good. So now you have a little round. So we could say the form is AABB, but we could also say the form is a round. Does that make sense to you? So there are different ways we can talk about music, and talking about meter is one way. When we label the beats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're just assigning a name to a sound. A rhythm that repeats over and over. Let's say this one. How many miles? How many miles? How many miles? How many miles? Okay, it's this one. One flew east, one flew west. One flew east, one flew west. One flew east, one flew west. Turn to the left and turn to the right.
Turn to the left and turn to the right.
Good. I want you two to do that one. I want you to do how many miles, and you two, I want you to do one flew east and one flew west. So we'll start with turn 2. Ready?
Turn
Go.
to the left, turn to the right, turn to the left and turn to the right.
Keep
Turn
going.
to the left and turn to the right. Turn to the left and turn to the right. Turn to the left and turn to the right. Turn to the left and turn to the right. Turn to the left and turn to the right. Turn to the left and turn to the right.
Good, good. So do you feel the rhythm layering, but at the same time we keep the pulse going. We keep that pulse. So now I would like to go to the drum machine. I want to introduce this real quick. This is a new toy, and it is a Yamaha drum machine. And come on over. I want each of you to take a turn. Hit each one of these in order, or any order you want. Keep going. Good. Go ahead and you do it. Good. Go ahead. Good. And the neat thing about this is you can program it different ways. So you can have all these different. So just take a second and experiment with it. Go ahead, all of you at once. Okay, so was that an organized sound?
No.
Not really. So let's organize it with rhythm. And why don't you take, each one take, you can take that. And like. So here we have 2 elements. We have the element of 8 notes and the element of dotted quarters. So let's do this again. And really feel that duple. So you might even put an accent. It's not written, but You could even... Is that different than... Yeah, so it's up to you how much of that you want to do, but let's go from the beginning. I'll count off 2 measures. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sometimes they want to do this! So dynamics are something that you have inside you. And we strive to be more expressive and to be able to control our dynamics like that. But also harmony. We want to have a broader sense of harmony and rhythm, of course. Rhythm is the big one. Because what if you're both playing the same thing, but your rhythm is just so bad that it's hard to even tell where you are? Can you play with that? You have a hard time. You really have to constantly listen and adjust and keep readjusting. And you've all had a conversation with somebody who wasn't really communicating back with you. They might have been somewhere else in their mind. So what I would like to do, the last thing I'd like to do together is each take an instrument and improvise. Good. Now, in each one, you change your stuff, and your top string every once in a while, and your bottom string. Good. Keep going. She led it. I don't know if you could feel that, but she was leading that group. How are we going to start it? You want to start it? Go ahead. It's hickory dickory. What are we?
I don't know.
That's good. That's good. That's different though. We were in 6-6-8. Da, 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 da. Let's stick with that. feeling of F chord. So hold the F's in octaves maybe before we start. Just play your F. There we go. And your F chord. That's a D minor. Go to your cymbals. We have a whole lot of different pieces of junk in here, and over here you see a little setup. We've got all these cool sounds from the bicycle shop across the street. We got some things from the muffler store. We got some tires, and everything makes a different sound, which is really cool. A plastic thing, or a wooden thing, or a cardboard thing, or a metal thing. So why don't we take a minute now, and everybody grab something to build. You might want to tape a couple things together like this, so you can get different sounds that way. So over here we have some tape, and Connor's got some scissors. He'll help you out. So why don't you grab a main drum and then tape a side drum or two to that, and then we'll make some more cadences in a minute. Here with an instrument, just grab whatever you can find, a couple sticks, and come on over.
Ready, go!
And let's go, French song one more time. 1, 2, ready?
Do what?
The French song. Ready? Go. Sweet, sweet. So last week we learned the single notes on the recorder and on the staff, and you see Nick over there. He's drawing the notes on the staff there. Nick, point to an A, please.
Point to an
On A on the staff.
here.
That's a B, right? And red blue is an A. Right, good. So on the recorder you can play one note, and most of us can sing one note. But on a guitar, you can play
up to 6 notes at a time.
Right. There's 6 strings. So what Nate said is you can play melodies on the guitar, but you can also play chords, right?
Combinations of notes.
Right. So Nick, could you write chord? Write the word chord up there. It's C.
I know how to spell chord.
Okay.
C-O-R-D.
Oh, it's C-H. So that's a chord. You're like chord of real. A chord in music is C-H-O-R-D. Yeah.
Yeah, like choir, exactly. Chorus, chord, and a choir is a group of singers. A chord is a group of notes.
Oh.
Chord.
So a chord is 2 or more notes. So, I would love if we could do the Italian song. Yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah, let's do Run Along. I just need Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Can I sing Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell Rock. No, I don't like that. Reindeer. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, Batman smells.
Got a song right on this keyboard, and every keyboard I had, like this is the first. This is pretty close to the model of the first keyboard that I had when I was probably you guys' age, and so I just play these songs over and over and over and over again.
One, two, three, go, go. If you were to do it, you could be like this.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a fun show. It was a fun show. It wasn't that much music, but the music was fun. I like all of the other documents. So I probably could. Well, Jim and I are going to play a couple things, but yeah, it's.
This thing is all about the bass. Is that what he's thinking?
Oh, is that? Oh.
Ricky Anna can sing it.
If
Because you know I'm not about that bass. About that bass. No, shut up.
I should have learned that.
That's right. You got to see what too.
But yeah, so but yeah, it's just like
That's not
this
how it
last
starts. That's like from one
last
direction.
4 strings of guitar. So E and A, B and G. So and then the guitar has a B and an E next to it. So it's just both.
Hey guys.
So Jim and I used to play, did some fun things together. Played a little blues thing, and some jazz stuff, and some occasional legitimate. Okay, what do you call it? Not legitimate, but class. What would you call it? The regular stuff.
We played your son's recital too. We
Oh,
put a
yeah.
band together, and
Yeah.
he's got 2 sons. One of them is an engineer at John Deere, like Andy, the drummer. And what's your other son do?
My other son is project forecasting analyst.
He works at John
for,
Deere?
Best Buy
Wow, okay.
in Minneapolis.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're both musicians, and as Joe is, and Joe, when he was in college, he was playing all over the area, just playing in bands every weekend,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
making money that way.
That's how I got through school. Helped pay for my school when I was in college. I played in a little band, and there was a piano, a trombone player, and a saxophone player.
Let's get some beat behind it. I like the recorder. They gotta go.